Howdy gamers, how's it going? I am fucking exhausted, but we're living with it. It's been it was indeed a day, but we're here now. We're all cozy. We got funky little kitty like blanket hoodie going on. Very exciting. Just gotta be cozy when we're embalming people. Because I'm too much of a baby to play mortuary assistant. So it's time we play a Mortician's Tale, where I still get to embalm people, but maybe I don't get possessed. Hey Marble! Hello, honey. I'm still so sleepy, and honestly, like, my anxiety is still pretty high. I couldn't tell you. I'm just like, I think I've described it to you before, where it's like it's the like, I want to scream kind of anxiety, but I can't scream about it because there's nothing to scream about. I'm just anxious. So, cozy game. Well, I think this game is sad. I don't know much about it. I know that I get to embalm people, and I know that it's very story driven. But that's all I got for you. So here's hoping I don't cry, because that's a very real possibility with the headspace I'm in. Woohoo! But I've got a tea, I've got some Earl Grey with a little bit of vanilla, I've got a water, we're good to go. I need at least 2 beverages at all times. Alright, let's go. Does everything sound good, my dear? Volume and all that before I jump in? Very sorry if you can hear me slurping on my tea. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, blah, 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 blah. Blah. Alright, let's go. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Ah! Look at me. Ooh, I have tattoos. That's pretty sick. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Are you ready, Marble? This is just like getting to hear Ing read the stream. Hello everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director of Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Alright, instructions. Hello, Charlie. Well, since you're new here... Oh, blah, 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 already. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office/preparation room, you'll find your cremation I don't like how satisfying it is to me that cremation station rhymes. A little bit macabre, but I like it. You'll find your cremation station, crematular station, embalming station, and, obviously since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose, da-da-da-da-da. Good luck, you beautiful and smart babe, you. From Jen Love to Charlie. Huh. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. I guess it's just not something I really think about much. I should look more into this. Learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe someone paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, the serial killer capital of Canada's in Ontario? Jesus. It's not like it's not like Toronto or some shit. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My story... Ooh, Skype. Ooh. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. I also signed up for a funerals monthly... Oh, no. She signed me up for a funerals monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift / I love you / I'm super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you. Jen L. Art. Okay. Today's tasks. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon, Amy Rose. 3 special requests for my mother's funeral. Dear Mia, we'll start from the bottom, go up. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that'd be greatly appreciated, and we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be a counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. Best Mia. Dear Mia, of course, will happily oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. Thank you, Marble. I know. This isn't like fun, exciting game, but I just want to be cozy, and it's going to be so much reading for you. Sure thing. Oh, we'll get right to it. Wait, I have one more email to read. Oh, it's the Funerals Monthly. Thanks for subscribing. Each month we bring you a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I can't really believe that we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that. But here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Fair enough, man. Number 1, don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Number 2, don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Number 3, don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful with the grieving family and friends. Number 4, happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Number 5, give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple, "I'm thinking of you," can go a long way. Number 6, dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Number 8, give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can even just be cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and be helpful. Alright. And do that. This is just about us. I don't want to look at how expensive funerals are. I know that they are expensive. Okay. Cool. So, we have to go and clean up the body. This is the prep room, where you prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge. Have to drag or click and drag? Gotcha. Clean this woman up. Hello, Ham. You're not welcome over here right now, bud. That's it. You're done. Mrs. Oh my goodness. Ham, please sit on your seat. Come on. Good boy. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased's body, but it is also important you pay your respects to the loved ones. Follow the arrow and head to the funeral parlor. Alright. Starting off with an easy one. Now remember to not be a jerk at the funeral. Hi, kitty cat. That applies to you too, Ham. Don't be a jerk. Yeah? She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, I guess at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. Yeah, I guess. There. Oh my god, cat. Please behave, sir. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy. But it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Hello, small child. What do you have to say? Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? It seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it in the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Very true. I am... Fun fact, I'm fucking terrified of being buried alive. Which, like, I guess is kind of ironic with the whole vampire thing. But, nah. I'm terrified of being buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Buddy, being buried alive is no laughing matter. We usually don't small talk a lot, at least at a lot. Blah, 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 blah. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Pay our respects. Rest in peace, Mrs. Garcia. Is that everything I can do here? I think so. Goodbye! Sorry for your loss. October 11th, 10:09 a.m. Ooh, cleaning up. Little. I am... Alright, let's start at the beginning of this. I am so frustrated right now. I'm Jennifer Valentine. To Charlie. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, cough, male colleagues, cough, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist bullshit anyways. And like, I hate how the misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Ugh, sorry. I'm a bit out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. Fucking preach, Jennifer. You live your life and dress how you want to, girl. If you're, it sounds like you've dressed appropriately. They can fuck off. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen that we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. I'm also having a fucking day. Alright. Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best, Amy Rose. Yes, Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew. He knows. Amy Rose seems like a very lovely lady, and I appreciate her. Oh, we have a little thank you from, Mia Garcia. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. Oh, that is really sweet. Hey there, Matthew Jeffrey. Okay. Take a sip of my tea. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, talking to our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed, in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff, messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us. We had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, someone in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know not to get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, what if my friend's in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing? Just laughing her ass off in the way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've fully gone off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, go figure. Life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. The decision came totally later, and it's nothing remarkable. Oh, and it's nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. Matthew J. Relatable. I also start to laugh when I hear devastating news. Okay. Speedrun reading, let's go. From Funerals Monthly. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes some people need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean a bit more to the formal black attire rule, and works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire, where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though. And if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some cultures have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it's less about the color you're wearing and more about how modestly you're dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't important, as is dressing modestly and being able to sit appropriately cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are attending to show support to a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral, or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. I'm really glad it's soothing, Marble. I got my tea, I'm just reading, we're chilling, and I like that. Oh shit, that's right, I need to respond to Amy. I'll get right on that. Time to embalm. Oh yay, we are dressed appropriately to embalm. That's good. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Sponge. Clean you up, sir? Click on the razor and drag it over the body to shave it. Do I need to... No, okay, I can just... Cool. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Do I, like, follow the line? Yeah, okay. Here you go, sir. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. Eye caps. There you go, sir. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue on each eye to shut it. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. Oh, interesting. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and thread over the jaw to close it. Okay. Boop, boop. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. You got it. Boop. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it into the neck incision. Click on the cannula and drag it onto the carotid artery. This is how you get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. There we go, okay. Now you need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula, grab some additional tubing, and drag it to the cannula. Click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. I really hope this isn't loud. It shouldn't be. This game has been pretty, like, chill so far. Yeah, that's fine. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you have to massage them through the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Okay. It's really, like, this right here really is genuinely just what I wanted. Like, watching people play Mortuary Assistant, I'm like, I want to embalm, but I don't want to be chased by demons. This is perfect. Almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar, then click and hold on the abdomen until all the liquid has been drained. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. I just need to be more patient with how I'm holding that. There we go. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. Okay. It's time to attend the funeral. Alrighty. Let's go. Okay. Hello. What do we have to say? Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, then the next that person is just gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, weird to think about it for too long. Like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird. Our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. So strange not seeing people wearing white. Oh. White? Yeah, it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals. Mostly white, but like, definitely not red. No matter what. I like how like some of these conversations tie back to like the like funeral directors' emails that we're getting, like the newsletter and stuff. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. And another child. Hey, kid. Yeah. Rest in peace, Mr. Duval. December 2nd, 10:22 a.m. Finish up some cleaning. From Amy Rose. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose. I think we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up through the emails today. Alright, starting off with some LGBTQ funerals. Respect. Let's go, Funerals Monthly. Even the gay funeral agenda. Am I just immediately disregarding everything that they're saying about respect? It's fine. It's fine. I'm gay. I can make jokes about gay funerals. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, and are subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. If this is what we're talking about in this email, this funeral, reading through these people's conversations, is maybe going to be a little bit difficult. Oh boy. Like on a personal level. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. I need to take a sip of tea. Oh. The CDC's Funerals Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive: enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation, obviously, enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. Yeah. Ooh. I actually really sucks. I didn't know that was a thing. Jesus Christ. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. Thank fuck for that. A step in the right direction. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal, depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this does not mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. You fucking got it. Oh boy. These conversations that I'm going to listen in on will definitely be interesting then. If we keep this, like, connection going on between the newsletter and what the people are talking about and, like, what's going on in the day. Bitch, I come in late. Sorry. From Amy to Matthew Jeffrey. Hey Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income, and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing, and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. That doesn't sound great, but... Alright. Okay, so Matthew forwarded me that email. Cool. From Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. I don't like the look of this. Not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm gonna go grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone. And I'm swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm gonna take the hearse through a drive-thru though, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. That would be me driving a hearse though. I'd fucking take it through the drive-thru, just make people feel so viscerally uncomfortable. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Matthew J., funeral director. Meet cutes for death-positive cuties. That's so cute. From Jen to Charlie. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know, you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the quote-unquote death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you are of people being scared to ask about your day, so maybe meeting someone in the industry isn't the worst idea? Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin, and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Don't call me out like this, Jen. Jeez. Mom rant over. I'm gonna try it out because it turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. You know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. Yes, if you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works yet, though. Okay. Jen, hear me out. Jen, hear me out. What if instead of, like, using this, like, dating website, what if me and you just dated? How's that sound? You got the whole, like, fucking corset shit going on? Love that. Screw the other, meet cutes for death positive cuties. I just want to date Jen. Yes, I know she lives in London, England right now. That's fine. We can be long distance. Thank you. From Lizzie Duval to Amy Rose. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Thank you, Lizzie. And Amy just sent that on. All right. Today we are cremating. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. I can drag the necklace and put it on the tray. We'll put it in the urn later. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. I can drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Just anywhere? Cool. Great. Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. All right. Oh, the urn. This is the cremulator? Cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash, so much as bone fragments. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. I didn't know that, actually. That's really cool. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. My brain does not want to read the word cremulator. I don't know what it wants to read, but it's not cremulator. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them in the top. Ooh! No, don't play with the bones. Place them respectfully. Just because they're wiggly doesn't mean you need to wiggle them around. Now that all the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back onto the counter. Make sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. Blue. And don't forget the tag. Last step, put the lid on the urn. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Oh, please don't make me read transphobic shit. Like I will, but I don't want to. I'll start with you. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Alright. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. Never gave up. Not once. Glad she was cremated and not in an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. We would have liked that. This is nice, in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know it's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Yay, I didn't have to read transphobic bullshit. That's yay. I'm happy. Rest in peace, ma'am. February 14th, 10:14 a.m. I can never say the word February without thinking about, like, this teacher I had in elementary school who was also only my teacher for half the day because in the morning she was a dairy farmer, but she always got on our case for saying February instead of February. So now, because she's like, there's an R in there, make sure you pronounce it, and I'm like, okay. Okay, I will pronounce the R. I'm sorry, ma'am. Alright. I guess we will start at the top, because this looks like an important email to read. I'm done my tea. I'm now over on water. News about the future of Rose and Daughter's funeral home. Hi all. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be best and told me that would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. That's a mood, Amy. I also Google anytime I need to format something. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It is my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. It has been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are, that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So, we've been bought. Or I sold. Either way, soon Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though honestly, I'm trying hard not to see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's her family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact. Somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you weren't all without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I, admittedly, didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose. At least she made sure we all kept our jobs. Got to appreciate a boss that, gives you job security and appreciates your efforts. Alright, well, thank you message. Hi, Amy. I'm so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our requests for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. It's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again, from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, Margarita. Alright, time for our Funerals Monthly. Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. You've lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least, that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly is that bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. So better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve the natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore/preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. That's good to know. I did at one point consider becoming a funeral director. Fun fact. Still kind of considering it low-key. I don't know. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funerals Monthly think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. They sound pretty cool, I think. The green burial's pretty sick. I am cursed to live forever, but, Let's go. Challenger approaches. From Jen Love to Charlie. Charlie! I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at that hotel for 3 years. But I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? My score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Jen, just date me. Oh my god. Oh shit! I did not know that, Marble. Oh my god. Marble, what if... what if we opened a funeral home together, and we were both funeral directors, and we were both boys, and we kissed? Haha. Unless? Okay. From Amy to Charlie, forward, I don't know what to do. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't the most reliable for some people. Usually I'd be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. It would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. From Amy Rose. Amy. Marble, you can have a kiss from me literally whenever you want. Those... You need only ask and you can have a kiss, Marble. Alright. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out. And you would know somebody I could talk to about all of this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in pain now. But I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough, with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. And we are getting into the shit that has the potential to make me cry. Ooh, it's fine. I'm fine. All right. Give me the job. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. From Mariana Reyes. Hi, Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just, please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Okay, good to know. Sounds good. I will take care of it. You know, Marble, literally come and visit. Yeah, we do be in the feels. I'm not good with, like, grandparent stuff. Like, dead grandparent stuff. Okay. Alright. But yeah, no, literally, Marble, next time I see you, I will give you so many kisses. You got this. It's the homies, you know? Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that will need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. True. Let's start by removing his pacemaker. Drag the scalpel. You can see the pacemaker. Okay. Drag it out of the heart. 4 steps away. Lay a D-tag in the coffin. Time to cremate. Hi, kitty cat. Do you mind, bro? I'm trying to embalm some bodies. You're a very sweet boy, but you kind of get in the way sometimes. Please don't rub against the microphone, bro. Alright. Alright, kitty. Go on your chair, please. Boy. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down, but I'm not gonna wiggle them around. Even though they're very wiggly. Whee! And very satisfying. Oop. Turn on the counter. Oh wait. Alright, D-tag. Lid. Got this shit. All done, Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Does this mean like the next day that we play will be like under the company? Oh, I want Amy's emails. Alright, what do we gotta say, you guys? I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me. I don't know. He never really seemed like he cared if I was there or not. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I was told him to quit smoking, but of course, he never listened to me, so that figures. Yeah. What do you want to do after this? Pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere? Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? Deal with your grief however you guys need to, you know? Sometimes you just need to not think about the tragedies. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's it. Stubborn. I'm sorry. Unfinished business. Rest in peace, man. Alright. February 28th, 10:35 a.m. Oh, is this our last day with Amy as the, like, big boss lady? Forward. Thank you. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month, and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Mariana. Mariana. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna come back to that. Let's go with funerals monthly. They're always a good time. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back! Now, we rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people. But fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what not to say to someone who is grieving. So here it is. Funerals monthly is... that's weirdly hard to say. Top 5 things to not say at a funeral. Number 1. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. It's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody that they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. Number 2. Were they saved? No religious statements. Just don't. Oh, Marble. Mushy. Yeah, it is kind of mushy, but like not in a bad way, it just is, you know? Alright. No religious statements. Just don't. Ah! Alright, I feel like I'm gonna cough. 1 second. Alright. I think I'm better? God is trying to smite me and I don't know why. You are friend-shaped and very squishmallow soft, and I would give you so many hugs. Right. Now then, if I can fucking get through this, no religious statements. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only And not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. Number 3. They're with the angels now. The above note. Then rinse, repeat. Yeah. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Take them to their favorite restaurant or buy tickets to see a movie together. One sec, sorry. Number 5. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say I'm sorry if you don't know what else to say, which is usually my go-to because I never fucking know what to say. I am generally pretty bad with grief. From Jen. Mushrooms! You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. That's friendship right there. I've been thinking about death. I know. Shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing to on my phone so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for using green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? I feel that. I feel that so hard. Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll just have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, we're probably gonna do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? And Jen L. Forward, our son. From Amy Rose to Charlie. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation. Yet, anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney, or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will, or his advance directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. From Daniel Scott to Amy Rose. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregards our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. I think I am going to do this because I want to see how this plays out and what the family has to say. But if you need to take a step back while we deal with this, because of the subject matter, feel free to, and come back in like a few minutes when I'm back to reading emails again, really. So yeah, if you need to take a step back for a moment because we're dealing with suicide, go ahead. I will be right here when you come back. I'm going to start it now. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Now shave. Massage. Got the eye caps. Got the glue. Cotton balls. Keep the jaw closed. That's very fair. I am also curious. I just wanted to make sure that it was well said because it's sensitive. Da-da! Embalming. Tubes. Cannula. More tubes. Embalming machine. And more massaging. Doodle-doo. 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 The compulsion to make noises while I fucking connect the dots and massage the body. Rokar. Mike will take care of the makeup and dressing. Alright. Let's go see the family. I'm sure this will be fine and not at all scarring. Okay. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. You wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It hurts. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I heard it wasn't gonna be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. I wish we were closer. Wow. I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. Yeah. I don't appreciate the family disrespecting his wishes to be cremated. I'm glad that, like, the actual conversation at the funeral seems to be fairly, respectful, but, like, I don't have much to say for that one. That one's hard. Oh boy, but we are now part of... Yeah, I was also preparing for them to be weenies, especially after they were, like, really, like, clearly he wasn't in his right mind. Like, bro. Oh boy, we have an email from Chad. We are pleased to bring on Rosen Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. It will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprise, I cannot say that full fucking thing every time. We're just gonna go with Hillside Heritage. Period. There will be a number of changes that will come to Rosen Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rosen Daughters from now on. Chad Grant. Oh boy. From Matthew Jeffrey. What the hell? Can I just say, first off, This is bullcrap? Ugh. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay. I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitative. I can't fucking say that word. Let's grab a drink after work? I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Yes. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Thanks, Matthew. I am curious now about their prices. Oh, we don't say our prices outright. I see. We're gonna go with Funerals Monthly before we read more from Chad. Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. Yeah, it does sound very corporate. The fucking, all of the asterisks with the fucking additional fees may be charged and all of that shit. Very corporate. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with death, but the goal is almost always the same, offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after someone has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families who removed a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families began to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black, called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issues in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. That's really interesting, actually. I feel like I've said that a lot, but like this is all very intriguing and interesting to me. And not all practices are somber either. Ever hear of the turning of the bones? Or I do not have the slightest to begin on how to pronounce that, and I feel very bad about that. A ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Turning of the bones has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and a way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. That's sweet, though. Like, I'm trying to think of like how to word what is going on in my brain. I think it's sweet, like keeping them in the family and like celebrating them still in that way. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Absolutely. Alright, Jen, what you got for me? Forward, you're invited to attend a death cafe. From Jen. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have it cataloged. I wish I had a friend who worked in a museum just sending me fucking links to neat things. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event that I'm forwarding to you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. It'd be good to talk about some of the things you've been feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. From Death Cafe. Come Increase awareness of death with a view to helping people and make the others make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. Alright, Chad. Ugh. Calling me Charlotte? Gross. Charlotte, below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. Chad Grant. Fuck you, Chad. Okay, what do you want, Leah? Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know that she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Thank you, Leah. You got it, Leah. I can cremate. I don't trust Chad worth shit, though. I gotta say. Prepare Mrs. Ionesco's body for cremation. Watch on the tray. ID tag. And she's good. Alright. My wrist has really been bugging me all day today. I don't know why. Good thing I'm not, like, gaming. Using the cremulator, we'll break down the bones. Please let me grab the bones. Oh, gotta put the urn first. That's my B. Urn, counter, watch, ID tag, lid. All done. Matthew will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Oh, I'm a little bit sad that it's not Amy taking it in anymore. Like, I know that she's not here anymore because she had to fucking sell it, but like, Alright, what do we have to say, you guys? Did we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. Ooh, yeah. She was always so careful. Wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them, without asking all the legal ramifications of this. Yeah. After all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Oh. I'm glad I'm here. But wow, I just need a glass of wine to binge watch something right now. Yeah. I have to go through her things. How am I supposed to decide what we keep? If you need help, I can help. No. Thanks, but no. I don't know. It's so intimate. Feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book. Except to you. Which is a huge vibe that I need a glass of wine to binge watch something. Absolutely it is. Yeah. She was special. I'm so sorry about your partner. So glad it was cremation. I would have lost it, seeing her body. That seems to be the consensus. March 24th, 10:30 a.m. Do I have to have a fucking performance review? I don't wanna. Oh god. Okay. Forward. Rules and code of conduct. From Matthew. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Matthew J. P.S. I also really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry, and no, I will not say hangry, ever. Airman. Oh, God. Hello, Chad. Hello. As stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second most importantly is that there are no tattoos to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. Fuck you, Chad. My tattoos are great. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e., always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, Jesus fucking. I also hate him, Marble. Oh my god. What the fuck? Fuck this guy. Oh my god. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. You know what there's no price limit on? Fucking how much you can kiss my ass, Chad. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner, Catering Concepts, provides high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. Saying those words pained me so much. Oh my god. What the fuck? Especially after, like, the first one, when we got that thank you that was like, hey, like, thank you so much for letting us bring in our own food. It was such a great comfort. Oh my god. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high-quality services Hillside Heritage is known for. How about you become known for eating my entire ass, Chad? Oh god. More from Chad. Fucking asshole. Green burial policy. Hello, Charlotte. I have reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost-effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though. Do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, caskets, and vaults instead. I trust you will ensure that we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. I fucking hate Chad. Okay. Last email from Chad. I'm trying to get Chad out of the way so that I can read, like, from Jen and, like, the funeral monthly newsletter. Charlotte, I'm so proud to announce that Hillside Heritage received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. Although Hillside Heritage is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is the preferred here as it is the more cost-efficient of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body who is yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. I'm gonna hunt Chad for sport. I am with you. Oh, Jen, please cheer me up. Dr. Zayas? From Jen Love. I just saw a video of gorilla walking on its hind legs. Like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We, as a species, have seen the beginning of our end. Jen L. Hart. Thank you, Jen. Okay. Home funerals. Why we do it. Or why do it. The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option and assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Fair point. Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time, before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The The idea of keeping the deceased body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they're economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, you wash and dress them and organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing the burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or loved ones, make sure you follow everything by the book, but just know this may be an option available to you and your loved ones if you so choose. I was not aware that you could do that. I mean, it makes sense, and I definitely see how that would help the grieving process in a way. Interesting. I'll take care of it, Chad. There's no valuables. Just the ID tag. Here you go, sir. Right? It's so fascinating. I'm guessing there won't really be a funeral for this one, eh? Maybe, I don't know, if he was unidentified. Probably not. All done, Matthew will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Oh, I do still go out. Is it just me going to pay my respects? Yeah. Okay. Oh. I think it's nice that we do it, so there's still someone there. April 9th, 10-something a.m. I did not read that. Oops. Alright. What you got for us today, Chad? I'm sure it'll piss me off. From Chad Grant. Latest contract acquisition. Hospital. Hello all. We're thrilled to announce the Hillside Heritage's subsidiary Rose and Daughters just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all of the cadavers that have come through their pediatric and maternity wards. Christ. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over $15 million in funding and donations annually. This will no doubt be a boon for Hillside Heritage's bright and sustained future. Jesus Christ. Something about this man being we're thrilled to announce that we have a contract with the pediatric and maternity ward. I mean, it all has to be taken care of, but the way this man is talking about it is deeply uncomfortable. Hey Matthew. Yeah, from Matthew Jeffrey. I'm done. Charlie, it's official. I've put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. You I'm worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Yes, I'll bring beers over next week. We can talk a bit more freely. Yeah, no, I We're thrilled to announce that. Just something about we're thrilled to have the corpses of children and mothers is. Thrilled is not the word I would use. It feels very disrespectful, and I'm with you, Matthew. I would just like to point out that our secondary tab over here is for registering a business for funeral services. So, looks like Charlie's planning something. Thank God. Jen, no! But Jen, I wanted to kiss you. Email from Jen. I kissed her. Dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who've been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it like the last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? Ugh, I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. But what if I wanted to date you, Jen? What about me? She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking of death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much worth it, you know? Memento mori or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming, like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on one of the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of a Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. You think you're gonna do it? You know you have my support 100%, no matter what you decide. Jen, stop rubbing your happy relationship in my face. What if I wanted to date you, but then you moved to London, England? Alright. Funerals monthly, let's go. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. Ooh, I am already interested. We can call it a few different things, like flameless cremation. Bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide. Or perhaps more commonly, resomation. It's a technical name though. Its technical name though is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment. The high energy consumption that adds to greenhouse gases being one of the... We're an hour and a half in and I can't talk anymore. The high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them. And water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali in water heated up very high, about 350 Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have a greater impact on the environment than necessary. That's really fucking neat. Oh my god. Hydrolysis. Oh god, no. Glycolysis. Oh fucking. Alright, Chad. Forward. Home funeral for my wife. From Chad. Charlotte. I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. This sale? Sir? Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to fucking eat my dick. Eat my dick, Chad. Please. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That is part of your job. Chad can choke on a dick. Okay, I'll start from the bottom so this actually makes sense. Dear Mr. Grant, regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden, we don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she's a proper send-off. Thanks. Dear Mr. Dimka, I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you, the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you, your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was. Beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here, at Rosen Daughters, make this difficult time a little easier for you. I fucking hate you, Chad. Dear Mr. Grant. Okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for considering us in this hard time. Best, Sophie Dimka. Eat my ass, Chad. Oh my god. What the fuck? Sure thing, I'll get right to it, asshole. Embalming time. At the eye caps. Blue cotton balls. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my god, yeah, no, I just, me personally, I don't think that someone's grieving should be commodified. Just what a dick. I mean, I feel like it is an unfortunate reality in, like, funeral direction. Because, like, yes, you need to make money to keep being able to do what you do, but, like, halfway guilting people into doing shit is just icky. Fix you right back up, ma'am. Mike will take care of the makeup as well as dressing and putting her in the casket. I'm not ready to face this family. Like, I know I wasn't the one who had to convince them to do this, but it feels icky. It feels icky. All right. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh hey, what did you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I heard that show was so good. I saw a video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Chad's a dickhead. Don't listen to him. Yeah, I want Mom to know I loved her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh. Okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah. I'm gonna miss her. Me too. Ugh. The one thing, Marble, the one thing that I'm thankful for is that I never had to work like retail, so I never had to upsell to people. Thank God, because I don't think I'd be able to do it. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. Really nice out. Would be good to stretch my legs. Ma'am, I'm so sorry that my boss is a dickhead. You deserve better than this. August 30th, 9 a.m. Ooh, the music. Oh. Did we open up our own? From Amy Rose. Congratulations to Charlie. Charlie, dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I am always happy to help. Best wishes, Amy Rose. P.S. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. Amy! You'll never believe what job I am working now. Open this email to find out. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Charlie. When I first became a hearse driver, I was told my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree. And thankfully, I concentrated on my driving skills since now I'm working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said that the most important my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. And besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, I might add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day to show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat? Be seeing ya. Matthew J. From Jen. Congratulations on your new business! Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. But you've stuck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying not to be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Always, Jen L. Yes, have you heard about those green burial pods? When I find the link in my 1 million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. And now, from Eileen Hansen to Charlie. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. Best, Eileen Hansen. I'll see you soon. Out we go. The office is so cute. The little fucking like mushrooms and shit. Oh, is it green burial? This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much, but thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. Oh, it's a green burial. I wonder if it's like the mushroom stuff. Oh. This was so sweet. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad Charlie opened her own place and got away from fucking Chad. Dickhead. Oh, this was so interesting. Oh my god. I learned so many cool new things. Yeah, it was just a really nice experience, honestly. Like, I don't know how to like compose my thoughts on it, but it was really good. Like seeing the ways, like the different ways that like everyone handled it, and like the very like the emotional aspect of it, I think. Oh my goodness. Oh. This was lovely. All right. Oh, that was really good for my little cozy afternoon. It's a really sweet story. Oh, that was really nice. Ah. I'm also now looking at myself in the little like hat blanket again, and it's very cute. I think I am just gonna stop this here because I have to go and make dinner now and just kind of digest the story. I think it was so good, but I don't know how to like wrap up my thoughts on it right now. Oh, that was good. That was really good. And it didn't make me cry. Even better. You know? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for enjoying the story with me more than anything, honestly. It was really good. Ah. That was great. Okay. Yeah. I need to make dinner. But thank you so much. I will be back on Saturday with something. Might be more Cult of the Lamb. I need to ask 3 if we're doing a spooky game this weekend. I really don't know what's going on yet. But I will talk to you later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Mwah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ah!